I want to talk about handle forwards. Yes, handle forwards. A lot of naysayers don't believe that the handle moves forwards in a downswing and allows you to hit the ball right to left in the air. Yes, I've heard so many of you say you don't get your handle out to the ball line, Stuart. No, I don't, but I want to really give you some insights into what this handle forwards is going to do for your ball striking, your club speed, and the compression on the golf ball. Let's get into it. There is barely a client that stands on my mat that has at some time worked and believed that the handle swings down and swings out to the right to hit good golf shots. I have spoken extensively through my broom series, through my downswing series, and through just about every video that I've ever done. I've always made some form of reference to the handle moving forwards. There are a couple of inclusions that really need to be appreciated to encourage this handle to move forwards. Now you can see on the screen here, I've shifted the handle out to the right there. I've got absolutely no attack angle at point 2 up. Path is out to the right and the face is hook, which is fine for a 7-iron, but does not work for any other golf club in the bag. The transition, how we move this club from backswing to downswing is crucial. I had a good friend of mine, Barry, came and saw me today. He is one of my YouTube followers, and he had been working on a lot of handle path feels since our last session. He was trying to work on getting the handle back inside in an effort to try to hit those draws. And if you haven't seen it, my handle path video up here on the right hand side is a very popular video. But with the handle path moving back inside for Barry, it was always going to cause some issues with his path line going a long way to the left and his ball cutting out to the right. And that's because at the top, the shaft was not pitching correctly. Look, it pitches differently for lots of golfers, but I really want to show how the pitch of the shaft at the top is going to affect this handle path forwards. Because the handle path forwards, yes, pulling towards the ball line is really going to give you the opportunity to move that handle back inside, which, as you can see, starts to swing that club head out to the golf ball. I talk all of the time about the light end of the golf club and the heavy end of the golf club. When we feel this differential, you'll start to really embrace the fact that this golf club has weight to it and we need to treat it with weight. I did a chip shot video up here that will absolutely unearth some hidden flaws in your chipping, where I talk about how much the handle must accept and appreciate and wait for the head weight when we're chipping in very short shots, and it's no different in the full swing. The trace of the club head in a golf swing, most of the time for golfers, works in and under. And when the handle gets pushed out in an effort to get this takeaway better, which is all garbage, this club head gets pushed in and under and then the shaft lays down. What tends to happen is that this club head weight then starts to get over the top of the handle. And it's the head getting over the top of the handle. If you then pull the handle out, you are really going to be in some big problems. That's why most of those naysayers out there that don't believe that the handle moves forwards has a real problem with their backswing, because they've been part of the inside out clan and pushing out to the right, which invariably creates an cross the line motion at the top, because the golfer has pulled the club in an effort to swing inside out. So this club at the top gets crossed over very, very easily. The takeaway, the pressure on the grip that allows that club shaft to lay down, now changes the fact that when we move the golf club in the downswing, the handle and the head are moving in the same direction. You can see that the handle and the head are moving in the same direction, as opposed to when a club gets crossed over and I now move the handle forwards. Look at how the handle and the head are moving in very different directions, which then pulls the forearms into the right arm into external forearm rotation, which gets the path inside out but makes the club face a million miles open, and you can't see that any clearer than in my broom series. So when you then start to get this shaft pitching differently, when you pull the handle forwards and the club head follows the direction of the handle, you're no longer fighting the force of the club head through strike, fighting the force of the club head through strike that the crossover creates because of the inside out desire. The handle forwards won't work for you, which is why if you're a naysayer to the handle forwards is not the cure. You can't move the handle forwards because you're not balancing up your golf swing to allow you to move the handle forwards to get yourself hitting the right shot. If you move the handle forwards and the shaft head is falling over the handle in your backswing, the handle forwards will always work to hit the path straight and make you hit a draw. The minute your club head has worked inside, over, handle forwards, it's curtains. So balancing up this club on the way back with the pressure in the grip to allow you to have some more external rotation, that as the club head swings over you that allows you to pull it forwards, will then start to change the way you can put force on the grip to make the head and the handle line up through strike. The balancing act of the head and the handle is crucial when you are loading your backswing, that will allow you to move the handle forwards. But unless you're creating this club head to swing over the handle in your takeaway, you won't be able to create enough inertia of the weighted end to swing back as you're pulling the handle forwards. The club head will swing under you, cross over you. Now the mass and the head weight is falling this way. Then you pull the handle forwards. Absolutely, not going to work. You'll think I'm a lunatic. And someone said, I think on a comment yesterday, look out, this guy is a nutcase or something. Love that. Absolutely love that. Thanks for warning all my folks. So the pressure down and the club head falling back now starts to give you the chance to get that handle more forwards. Yes, I don't pull the handle to the ball line. I'm not saying I pull my handle to the ball line. I'm just saying that I move my handle forwards in my downswing. I do not make the absolute desire to move the handle down. Nonsense. Crap. So getting that head up, pressure down, shaft laid, handle forwards gives me that true belief that the handle forwards, handle down and in is going to always make that path line from the in, that club face close to path. The transition phase is always reacting to where the heavy end is moving. In most cases, golfers have a shaft lined up to the target or crossed over, mainly because of poor grips, which doesn't allow their handle to work in the right manner. So get yourself working the weight of the head by feeling the pressure of the grip that allows you to feel like that head weight is laying down at the top, that will allow you to move the handle forwards, that will allow you to hit a golf shot down the middle. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. See you next time. That's Good Coaching.